His mother still invites her to family functions, and my fiancé and I just ignore her. His mother doesn't like me and believes I'm the reason she can't have her preferred daughter-in-law. My fiancé has explained many times that he would rather stay single forever than get back with his ex. So, even if I didn't exist, he wouldn't be with her. Yesterday, my mother-in-law asked how many guests she could invite to our wedding. I told her that since my parents could invite 8 to 10 people, she could do the same. She thanked me, but an hour later, she smiled and said, "Well, we have one yes already," referring to my fiancé's ex. I told her that was very inappropriate since we aren't even friends with her. She responded by saying that it's her guest list and none of my business. Then she said I'm insecure because the ex is the whole package and that I'm just a rebound girl. Henry told his mom to stop and asked her to leave. When she left, he asked if I could be the bigger person and let her have this, as he really wants his mom to be at the wedding. He suggested that if inviting his ex would keep his mom quiet, we should just ignore her. We are mostly paying for the wedding ourselves, with some help from my dad. My mother-in-law hasn't contributed at all. Am I wrong for not wanting her there? Up in the comments. My mother-in-law calls the ex the daughter I always wanted. They do spa days together, hang out all the time, and she worships the ground she walks on. On the other hand, my fiancé and I are either constantly criticized or just ignored. His brother's wife usually talks to me during family gatherings. Last time, his brother's wife complimented my baking and asked for the recipe for the dessert I made. I told her that it's my mom's recipe, and I'd take a picture and send it to her next time I'm at her place. My mother-in-law laughed and yelled, "So your mommy made it, and you took credit? Surprise, surprise, little girl." I told her, "No, my mom has the original recipe." I didn't want to try to say it by heart and forget something. My mom is on a trip, so how could she have made this? My mother-in-law and the ex laughed and made jokes about it all night. Henry told me to let it go, saying that's just how she is when she drinks. Update 1 day later. Thank you so much for the comments and DMs. I had a calm talk with Henry and explained how I feel disrespected by his mom's words and actions. While I can't control who she associates with, it is very disrespectful that she invites his ex to all the gatherings, and that the two of them constantly pick on me. Henry acknowledged this, but said that's just how his mom is. I told him that it's best we cancel the wedding at this point because I want our wedding day to be a happy, memorable occasion, not one filled with drama and stress. I added that his mom is going to ruin the day, and that he's just going to accept it as usual, which I can't tolerate. I told him I won't marry him until he sets some boundaries with his mother. This situation is ridiculous. Henry went on about how he can't cut his mom out of his life because she sacrificed so much raising him and his brother as a single mom. But he admitted he doesn't know how to handle her either. I told him I can't make that decision for him, but I'm going no contact with his mom. I suggested that maybe therapy could help him realize how abusive and toxic his relationship with his family is and help him decide what to do with his life. I also said I won't attend any more gatherings. He went quiet for a while. Then, he called his mom, on speakerphone, to tell her that the wedding was cancelled. She went on, saying he finally did the right thing by dumping that whiny BTCH, calling me insecure and controlling, and saying it was a miserable relationship. Henry kept interrupting her to try and stop her, but she didn't care. In the end, he told her, "Mom, we are not breaking up. She's here and heard everything. She cancelled it, not me, because you kept disrespecting her." His mom screamed, "That manipulative little BTCH set me up," and started ranting again. Henry then told her that he needs some time to think and it's best if she gives him some space, then hung up. We've barely talked since. He's spending today helping his brother with some renovations, and I'm home alone. Hopefully, my next update will be less depressing. Second update 1 day later. It's 6 a.m., and I've been crying all night. Sorry for any typos, he broke up with me. He ignored all my texts yesterday, and it was late when I finally texted his brother to ask if he was okay. His brother said, "Yeah, he left 2 hours ago to give his ex a ride and then come home." I asked, his ex was there? But he didn't reply. When he finally came home, he told me to sit down because we needed to talk. He said, "I've thought about our situation, and I think we should end it." He said, "Today, I hung out with my family, and even my mom and ex came over. They all told me that by you going no contact with my mom, it was going to be so awkward and that they'd be stuck in the middle." He added, "When you weren't there today, I enjoyed my time with my family. There was no tension, and I didn't have to worry about you being upset." I asked him, "Why did it take you 2 hours to drop off your ex? Did you sleep with her?" He told me I was being ridiculous and that he was just talking to her. He accused me of being controlling and insecure, saying I was isolating him from his friends and family. I asked him again, "So nothing happened?" He danced around it, but eventually admitted, "We fooled around, but that's it." I told him I couldn't believe what a pathetic, weak man he is, letting his mom convince him to ruin everything, And next, he's getting head from his cheating ex. We ended up arguing, and he went to sleep. I cried all night. Today, I'm going to call my dad and ask if I can stay with him. Up in the comments. He has left again. My dad and stepmom are coming over soon to help me. I'm glad he left, so it'll be easier for him and to avoid my dad. I don't even care where he went. I'll send him an e-transfer for August rent and expenses, which were due yesterday, and then I'll block him forever.